Good morning. I'm here on my walk as usual, and I'm under this beautiful tree. It's this lovely oak tree, maple tree, and oak, whatever, one of those two. And I see hanging here, let's see if we can bring it in. You see that? Look at that. You see that little worm hanging there? Completely suspended on an invisible thread from the tree above, just hanging there. And of course, made me think about our own journey. We too are held by an invisible cord, by an invisible connection to the divine. This connection that we have is one that God holds the end of, and we are on the other end of. And we think we make our own decisions and come to our own conclusions in our life, and we do. But the thing that's so encouraging about this image of the worm being suspended from this invisible gossamer thread from the tree is that the thread does not interfere with the work of the worm. Whatever the worm is doing down there, still doing it. So it doesn't interfere, but it sustains the worm. It allows the worm to continue to do what it's doing without interference. But without that thread, the worm would have plummeted, perhaps to its death, on the grass below. Funny parallel, but still there is a parallel. God connects us to God's self. There is nothing that can happen to us that doesn't keep us connected to the divine. God doesn't interfere with our lives, but keeps us on the right track and holds us tight so that we can continue to navigate our lives knowing that we are anchored in a safe place. There's no teasing in this suspension. There is no ridicule or even threat in the way the worm hangs on this gossamer thread. It's connected to safety, connected to a lifeline, so it can go about its work and haul itself up, and then tomorrow perhaps dangle again, doing whatever it's doing. So think about that today. Be struck, I'm struck, over and over again, by the reality that I am connected to the divine. I am not just individually working through my life absolutely independently of everyone else, feeling quite alone and hoping to goodness that I make it to the end of my life in a happy, safe, and secure manner. That's not what we believe. As believers, we know that we are connected to the divine in a way that is life-giving, that holds us safely, so we can go about our business and our life and our plans, but in the back of our mind, we always know that we belong to someone, and we are safe, connected, joined, and that if we make the parallel to the vine and the branches, that thread is also life-giving. Just a funny reflection today that I would have missed had I walked too fast or walked directly under the worm. How are you connected to the divine? How does that connection give you life? How are you different because you are connected? That is definitely worth reflecting upon.